What's going on YouTube? Dicky546. I want to make this video real quick. Y'all are in trouble. I thought that the Cowboys would be able to elevate themselves. Not elevate, but at least stay close to what they were before. But it's looking like y'all need to pay Dak Prescott. Y'all want to play around with him, not pay him. You need to pay Dak Prescott because Andy Dalton is not getting it done. I'm sure all you guys were chuckling and kiki-keying saying, well, Dak is out, but at least we got Andy Dalton. He's a starter. Well, he doesn't look like one. He doesn't look like a starter at all, and that's embarrassing. I mean, the Cardinals were missing Chandler Jones. He's out for the season. So now understand they were missing pretty much the entire offensive line on the Cowboys. But to have all those weapons for Andy Dalton and not be able to get 7 points, that is ridiculous. That is sad. And they need to pay Dak Prescott. Like, he probably made his money just by getting injured and seeing what they have behind him, seeing that, I mean, I would consider Andy Dalton like a middle of the pack, not middle of the pack at this point, but his prime, he was like, higher end of that middle pack. And I mean, at the very least, I would consider him still a starting quarterback level guy. Maybe not a great starter, but I would consider him a starter. And he got completely obliterated. Like, he got run off the field and he looked bad. Like, he tried to throw a pick six at the beginning of the game. Jordan Hicks had it in his hands and dropped it, but he still ended up throwing his. Ezekiel Elliot. I had Ezekiel Elliot on my fantasy team, and I just needed like 5 points from him. And I didn't know if I was going to be able to get that because he fumbled twice to start off. He fumbled twice early on in the game, gave them 14 points. Dalton turned it over twice, and they just didn't look good. The defense still looks bad. I mean, that's not really a surprise, but the defense also gives up that much because they turn the ball over so much. And the defense is constantly having to play in the red zone. Like, they don't really get to really play, length of the field defense because they're constantly turning the ball over. But, oh, man, his team looks horrible. And then as far as the Cardinals, Kyler pretty much ran all over the field on them. He ended up with 3 total touchdowns. And you can't really point to one person and say, Kyler had a lot of yards rushing. He went like 9 for 24 passing, so that wasn't really a passing day for him. It's like 37%, but DeAndre Hopkins didn't really do much. Larry didn't do much, but I guess Christian Kirk had himself a decent game. Andy Isabella, they couldn't connect on that first deep pass, but nobody really had to do much because the Cowboys they got ran over and they couldn't block anybody. Like, they couldn't block anybody and they couldn't stop anybody. So those are my quick thoughts on that. The Cowboys need to pay Dak Prescott. Like, at this point, you need to be negotiating with him to try to get a deal at the end of the season because he had this team. He was on pace for 6,700 yards. Like, they were going down by 14 every game, but he was consistently bringing them back. So you need to go ahead, call Dak, and start working something out. But I'm out of here.